Welcome to the Masterpiece Effect, where we don't just chase success, we craft it. I'm Elle Nagy, self-leadership alchemist, Ironman finisher, and your guide on this unconventional journey to elite performance, legacy, and self-mastery. This is not your average personal development podcast. Here, we're questioning the narratives, dismantling limitations, and redefining what it means to lead yourself, your life, and your legacy. If you're ready to move beyond high achievement into intentional creation, you're in the right place. Let's begin crafting the ultimate masterpiece, you.
Coaches used to love working with me, whether it was a mindset coach or a cycling coach or a triathlon coach, because nobody could kick my ass as hard as I would. Nobody was harder on me than I was. In fact, for the most part, they were like, well, what am I supposed to do? You're already kicking your own ass so much. There's nothing left for me to do. And I used to pride myself on this because, man, I held myself to the highest of standards. Now, if you listen to last week's episode, you might be a little confused now and go, but Elle, last week you told me to give myself permission to be my greatest self and to hold myself to that. But here's the thing. There is a difference between holding ourselves to our greatest selves in the choices that we make from a space of love and criticizing ourselves every step of the way. Oh my God, you could do so much better. Are you serious? I can't believe you did that again. From a space of not feeling worthy, of not feeling good enough, of not feeling enough. In Mastering Self-Leadership, on key number 3, where I talk about the artist archetypal blueprint, the 4th archetype in the creative process on the level of fear is called the Saboteur. Now, if you read the characteristics of this archetype, you see that really in modern day language, it is the high achiever, the one that always feels like she has something to prove, the one that always needs to study the next course, find the next mentor, do the next diploma or degree in order for her to feel like she belongs in the room. The one that's constantly doubting herself, the one that feels she has to climb the mountain to prove that she deserves success, which is very different from her love archetype, which is the magician, where we know that we are worthy. We have nothing left to prove, and we are simply playing with universal energies in the creation of our desires, understanding that within universal energy is the completion of the accumulated desires and what that looks like. And our role is simply to play along the way of this creation. It's a tinkering a little bit over here, it's a massaging something a little bit over there, and just having fun with this entire experience. But there is an energy of unattachment in this space. There is an energy of appreciation for who we are already. We don't need to fix ourselves. We don't need to compete with ourselves or with others. It is just this constant, gentle evolution of what's next and who am I next and who am I next and who am I next. It is soft and it is fun. It is all the things that we are never taught to experience in this life. Women especially can be so hard on themselves. When we stop self-criticizing and we genuinely come from a space of self-adoration, and I'm going to start using the word adoration instead of love, because I want you to go past self-love. I want you to know that self-love is expressed in action, but self-adoration is when you kind of look at yourself in the mirror and you go, girl, You are doing so well. Look at you today. You got up and you showed up, and it's fantastic. It's from a space of really starting to appreciate the human experience and understanding that this human experience is based in contrast and desire. Contrast, don't like that anymore. Desire, oh, this would be fantastic instead. Desire, oh, this is fantastic. Greater desire, oh, this would be even better. And I'm worthy of it all. So when we stop self-criticizing, stop looking for things that is wrong with us. Oh, and as female entrepreneurs, this is so important, because when business is not going great, our tendency is to look at what's wrong with me. Why can't I get this? Why are they crushing it and I am not? Instead of, it's interesting. Something in the business is not working. It's either something that I'm doing that I need to change, or I need to change how I'm doing it, or I need to evolve how I'm doing, or I need to do something completely different. Thereby really receiving the feedback from life and adjusting, but never ever going, there's something wrong with me. No, there's something that I'm doing that's not working, that's not creating the desired outcomes. See, the more we are told that there's something wrong with us, that we have to fix ourselves, that we have to heal ourselves, the more warped this whole picture becomes. But what if it's not you that needs the fixing? What if it's not you that needs the healing? What if you are whole and you are perfection, having a human experience? And so now you can actually start focusing on the actions and the environment and the feedback that you're receiving, whilst staying grounded in your worth and your absolute knowing that, yeah, you are creating whatever it is that you're experiencing. So if you're not enjoying the creation, then you can create something different. Doesn't that just feel so much lighter, my friend? Doesn't that just feel so much closer to truth? So let me ask you, and you can go and journal on this, really delve into this. What would you focus on if you didn't criticize yourself? What would you use that energy and focus on instead? If you truly believed in your divinity, what would you focus on next? And how would you change your story about what's happening in your life, about the feedback that you are receiving from this dimension? I'd love to hear from you. I think it's time for us to stop being so bloody hard on ourselves. I think it's time for us, especially as women, to stop going out in public and going, what is wrong with me? And I know that's a big ask when you're stuck in a situation that's sucking knickerballs, quite frankly. But I've also found that the more I criticized myself, the more I kicked my own ass. It didn't matter what I was achieving. I never felt brilliant about myself. There was always another goal, another thing that I had to do, with the belief that once I do that, once I achieve that, then I will feel worthy, good about myself, likable, lovable, whatever the story was at the time. And what I did discover is that it was the other way around. When I finally started loving myself, life started giving me different feedback, because everything is existing simultaneously. Everything that we desire and the lack of everything that we desire is in existence simultaneously. But our experience comes from our identity, and as part of that identity is our worth. You are worthy. You are whole. There's nothing to be fixed. You're not broken, but you are constantly evolving. Why not just evolve from love?
That's it for today's episode of The Masterpiece Effect. But your transformation doesn't stop here. If something resonated, challenged you, or sparked a new insight, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts. Connect with me at ellenage.com. And if you found value in this conversation, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because life's too short for mediocrity, let's create a masterpiece. See you next time.